Hi everyone, my name is Janice and welcome to my channel. 2 eggs. Crack the eggs into a glass bowl. Use a whisk to beat them thoroughly until the yolks and whites are fully combined. Today we're making a delicious dish using simple ingredients but with a fun twist on the shape. One lb of ground beef. Pour the beaten eggs right over the meat. 2 cloves of garlic. Grate on a fine grater. Friends, let's get to know each other better. What country, state, or city are you watching my videos from? Please let me know in the comments. I love looking at photos of your cities and discovering new places. It truly inspires me. Gather up all that freshly grated garlic and add it to our meat bowl. 1 medium red onion. Grate on a coarse grater. Red onion is a great addition to ground meat. It's slightly sweet and less sharp than white onion, so it blends in really well without overpowering the dish. It also contains antioxidants like quercetin, which help reduce inflammation. When cooked, it becomes soft, juicy, and adds extra flavor and moisture to the meat. Add the red onion to the bowl. A bunch of cilantro, finely chopped. Cilantro is one of the most divisive herbs in cooking. Some people find it fresh and bright, while others think it tastes like soap, and that's actually down to genetics. It's used across cuisines all over the world, and here's a fun tip. Not just the leaves, but the stems are fragrant too, so go ahead and toss those in as well. Add the chopped cilantro directly into our mixture. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 medium zucchini. Grate on a coarse grater. Did you know that zucchini is made up of 95% water? That makes it one of the lowest calorie vegetables out there, just around 17 calories per 100 grams. And yet it's packed with potassium, vitamin C, and antioxidants. Here's a fun fact. Botanically speaking, zucchini is actually a fruit, not a vegetable. Add the zucchini to the bowl. Three potatoes. Grate the peeled potatoes using the coarse side of the grater. Potato is one of the most popular vegetables in the world, and for good reason. It's loaded with potassium, vitamin C, and B vitamins. 1 medium potato has around 4 grams of fiber and keeps you full for a long time. Fun fact: potatoes originally come from South America, where they were first grown over 7,000 years ago. Pour cold water over the grated potatoes to wash away the excess starch. Stir it gently with a fork. This step ensures our potatoes get perfectly crispy when cooked. Drain and squeeze the potatoes to remove the excess water. 1 tablespoon of butter. Place the butter in a hot frying pan and let it melt completely, swirling it around with a spatula. Friends, tell me what you think about the music in my videos. Is it too loud? I've seen some comments about it. so I've lowered the volume a bit. Does it feel more comfortable now? 1 medium white onion, finely chopped. White onion is one of the most underrated vegetables in the kitchen. It's a true nutritional powerhouse. Vitamin C, B vitamins, potassium, and quercetin, a strong antioxidant. Recent studies show that eating onion regularly may help lower inflammation and support heart health. It also contains prebiotics that feed the good bacteria in your gut, which has a direct impact on your immune system. Sauté the onions, stirring constantly until they are soft, translucent, and highly aromatic. While the onion is sautéing, I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you, my dear friends. Your comments, likes, and support are what keep me coming back to this kitchen again and again. You are the absolute best. Now, take a handful of our soaked grated potatoes, squeeze out all the excess water with your hands, and add them to the pan with the onions. This squeezing technique is key to achieving a wonderful texture. Continue squeezing and adding the rest of the potatoes to the pan. Tell me, friends, do you love potatoes? How often do you cook them at home? And what's your favorite potato dish? Let me know in the comments. Give everything a good stir with a spatula. Sauté the potatoes and onions together until they start to soften and turn a light golden color. Transfer our warm, sautéed potato and onion mixture into the main glass bowl with our other ingredients. Use your hands to thoroughly mix all these wonderful ingredients together. Massage the meat, vegetables, and herbs so that everything is perfectly and evenly distributed. Three tablespoons of flour. It will absorb any extra moisture and help bind the patties beautifully. Stir it in well with a spoon until the mixture forms a uniform, cohesive dough. Friends, some of you tell me I show my recipes in too much detail, but I do it first and foremost for beginners. Bear with me, friends, because we all started somewhere. Scoop a generous portion of the meat and vegetable mixture onto a board. Use a metal bench scraper to shape the mixture into a neat, compact, rectangular block. This gives our dish a very modern, professional, and spectacular presentation. Trim the edges to make them perfectly straight. Divide the block into individual rectangular patties of equal size. Two tablespoons of vegetable oil. Drizzle the oil into a frying pan and let it heat up. Carefully transfer our shaped rectangular patties into the hot pan. We want to sear them beautifully to lock in all those delicious juices and flavors. Leave some space between them so they fry evenly. 1 large tomato. Make a shallow cross-shaped incision on top of the tomato. Place it in a bowl. Pour boiling hot water over the tomato until it is completely submerged. This will make the skin super easy to peel off in just a few minutes. Let's check on our patties. Use a spatula to gently flip them over. Look at that absolutely gorgeous golden brown crust. Press them down slightly so they cook evenly on both sides. It smells incredibly delicious in my kitchen right now. Carefully remove our blanched tomato from the hot water and peel away the skin. It slides off so effortlessly. Now, grate the peeled tomato directly into a bowl. This will serve as the base for an incredibly fresh and vibrant homemade sauce. Grate it until you're left with just the core. Once our patties are fully cooked and golden brown on both sides, remove them from the pan. Place them on a plate and set them aside. Let's fry the remaining patties. Ground meat patties are one of the most universal comfort foods in the world. Every culture has their own version. Place a small saucepan over medium heat and pour our freshly grated tomato inside. Stir it gently with a spatula and let it come to a gentle simmer. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dried garlic. Season our tomato base with these lovely aromatics. Stir well to combine. One-half cup of fresh cranberries. Add the cranberries directly into our simmering tomato sauce. The tartness of the cranberries pairs so beautifully with the sweetness of the tomatoes. Let them cook until they start to burst and release their gorgeous juices. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Add the sugar to balance out the acidity and create a deeply complex flavor profile. Simmer the sauce for a few more minutes until it thickens into a rich, luscious glaze. Settle the next batch of patties into the hot pan to sear them to perfection. One eggplant. Finely chop. Eggplant is about 92% water, which is exactly why it soaks up oil and flavor so well. But here's the surprising part. The skin contains nasunin, a powerful antioxidant that actually protects brain cells. So don't peel it. And one more thing botanically, eggplant is a berry. A very large, very savory berry. 1 tablespoon of butter. Melt the butter in our pan. Add the diced eggplant. Sauté the eggplant cubes over medium-high heat, stirring frequently. Eggplants act like a sponge, so they will absorb the rich butter and brown beautifully. ½ teaspoon of salt. Sprinkle with salt and keep stirring until the eggplant is tender and caramelized. Transfer our warm, sautéed eggplant cubes into a large glass salad bowl. 3 tomatoes. Slice them into wedges, then cut each wedge into smaller chunks. Tomatoes are one of the few vegetables that are just as good raw as they are cooked. Fresh, they're packed with vitamin C, potassium, and lycopene, the antioxidant that gives them their red color and supports heart health. And yes, tomatoes are technically a fruit. But in 1893, the U.S. Supreme Court officially ruled them a vegetable. Even politics couldn't stay out of the kitchen. Toss the chopped tomatoes into our salad bowl with the eggplant. 3 pickled cucumbers. Slice the pickles into neat rounds. Pickled cucumbers are way more than just a tangy snack. They're actually a probiotic food. Natural fermentation creates beneficial bacteria that support your gut health. No wonder they've been on the table for thousands of years. Add the pickles directly into the bowl. 1 red bell pepper, finely chopped. Bell peppers actually have more vitamin C than oranges. Red ones contain nearly 3 times your daily recommended amount. And here's something most people don't know. Green, yellow, and red bell peppers are the exact same vegetable, just at different stages of ripeness. Red ones are fully ripe, sweeter, softer, and the most nutritious of the 3. Add the diced bell pepper to our salad bowl. A bunch of fresh parsley. Chop the parsley finely. Parsley is honestly one of the most underrated ingredients in the kitchen. Just 1 ounce of fresh parsley covers your full daily dose of both vitamin C and vitamin K. It also contains APO, a compound with natural anti-inflammatory properties. Fun fact, ancient Greeks didn't even eat parsley. Transfer the fresh parsley right into our bowl. 2 cloves of garlic. Grate on a fine grater. Garlic was used as medicine long before it ever made it into a recipe. Its active compound allicin only forms when you cut or crush a clove. So here's a simple tip. Let your garlic sit for 2 minutes after crushing before you add it to the pan. 1 cup of canned red beans. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Add the salt and a dollop of creamy mayonnaise to bind everything together beautifully. Make sure every single bite is lightly coated in that delicious dressing. Look at how spectacular that looks. Retrieve our final batch of cooked rectangular patties from the pan. They are perfectly cooked and ready to be served. Let's assemble our plate. Stack our beautiful golden brown patties with parchment paper in between. Serve them alongside a small bowl of our rich, glossy cranberry-tomato sauce. Add a generous portion of our incredibly fresh and colorful eggplant and bean salad on the side. Friends, thank you so much for watching till the end. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. That's the best reward for my work. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. Enjoy your meal. See you in the next videos and take care.